Let me take you my BIM brand time machine. The year is 2017, and video games were going insane this year. Bop, bop, boo! This year was on fire! Zelda Breath of the Wild was exploding all over the place, and I swear you couldn't go anywhere on the internet without seeing someone talking about this game, man. And Nintendo didn't stop there. Blam! Mario Odyssey. Oh wait, oh, you don't want to play Nintendo games? They're for children? Do you want a battle royale game? Boom! PUBG at this time was the king! You couldn't find anyone I knew that wasn't playing this. But you want to get a little bit spooked? Evil Within 2 is waiting for you there, baby. You want a classic-style Resident Evil game? Well, Capcom had their renaissance with Resident Evil 7. I was so busy with all these video games in this period that I missed out on so many other classics. Nier Automata, Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight. Some of these games I got the chance to check out later, but I kept one game on the back burner for so long because honestly I never really heard anything about it. I figured it wasn't worth my time. Let me tell you something. If you ever have this thought process and start thinking like I did, I'm gonna put you 6 feet in the ground. Prey is a game in 2017 that flew a lot more under the radar than it should have. This game makes you feel things, man. This game makes you think things. This game makes you say things that you don't think you would ever say. Oh. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry that you had to be in front of my cum cannon like this. Oh, I'm so sorry. The closest thing I could describe it to is BioShock in space, but it can actually be scary. Ah! But enough fluffing up the game, man. We're just gonna jump right into the actual rating portion. I'm still using the same scale from the Luigi's Mansion review. We're even using the same categories. So, gameplay, content, music, visuals, and story. Bada boop. It's reviewing time. Also, I just realized these reviews aren't really reviews as much as they're excuses to talk about games I like. Still don't see the problem. Let's keep going. The gameplay in Prey is pretty simple. You look around the levels trying to complete both main and side objectives while taking your wrench and just then this guy shows up and you take out the shotgun and see, the thing is, the gameplay of Prey, while simple, is pretty exciting. Oh, and that's only using the basic weapons. What's the gimmick of this game? Neuromods, baby. This is what makes playthroughs feel separate. You can boost your health. You can make yourself super strong, throw furniture around like an animal. You could be a genius hacker and get through doors. You can repair obstacles that otherwise would have impeded your progress. And then there's the Typhon neuromods. You get this kinetic blast thing where you kind of just go blam! You can get a kinesis ability. Come on, that's just rad. You can play as Cup. And these are just the neuromods I used. There are way more. The choices you pick can change how you approach different obstacles. Oh, I could reach this room by hacking the door. Or I could just move this big piece of furniture to get in there. Or I could become a cup and slip through this tiny crack to get in. There's beauty in the variety of ways you can play Prey. Fighting everything can be risky, as the only way to heal is through medkits, which aren't exactly the easiest to come by. Or by food, which you find littered all over, but it takes up a ton of inventory space. Sometimes you learn it's best to avoid fighting and play a sneakier way to get to your objective. Or you're mean, you just go in like an animal. You can always craft ammo and medkits with the fabricator, but resources aren't exactly easy to find. You can recycle random things you collected to gain more resources, but you still find yourself running low on supplies at points. Also, a little bonus thing I love is that you can craft this Nerf gun thing and expect it to be useless, but then you use it to trigger these proximity-based enemies and get by safely, or you can even use it to operate touchpad computers in order to open doors you don't have the keys for. And of course, the best aspect of the gameplay is you can pick up this cum gun, splurt all over this guy, and just boom! 4.5 out of 5. Prey is wild, man. There's a main story going on throughout the space station. That's what keeps you super busy for the most part. But most missions have different ways to complete them, or different approaches to take. This not only leaves a chunky main plotline to go through, but also leaves replay value to the game. So on the main story alone, you get a good bit of content. But then you also have side missions, audio logs, documents, weapons, neuromods. In the progress of searching for these collectibles, you'll be exploring quite a few different and unique areas. Even the black void of space where no one can hear you scream. There's all sorts of things to look for. You always find enemies to fight against, and there's a great number of different Typhons that you'll meet throughout the entire journey. And to add even more content, each of these Typhons are scannable, leading to development of even more Typhon abilities. There's so much content in this game that you could just sit down and play the drums, just like real life. Content tends to be a pretty big problem in video games, but I feel like Prey gives a great balance with the amount of things you can do. Gonna have to give content a 5 out of 5. You can even pick up a baseball glove. Do you like synth? Cause I do. You start the game up, talk with some dudes, you hop on a helicopter and... Oh, whatever, that's one good song, who cares? Oh, what's this? An audio file? Okay, that's pretty good, But what about when you finally beat the game? 5 out of 5. The composer behind most of the songs in the soundtrack made the songs for the new Doom games, so if that ain't telling you something, I don't know what is. Now understand that I really do love this game, but for the purpose of review, I need to recognize the shortcomings as well. Prey has its own aesthetic it sticks to very well, and honestly it works. The way they handle these looking glass mirror things is just so cool, man. It's a neat art style and it's cool to look at, but some things don't translate as well into game form. Like, it's not exactly the most visually impressive game graphics-wise. It's kind of more simple. The human faces look great in the transcribed pictures, but when they're in motion and talking, they just kind of look off. The Typhon are neat to look at first, but then you kind of realize they're just all black slime shapes. This one is a guy. This one is some limbs. This one's a ball. This one's a ball. This one's a square. Okay, well, this one's rad. For me personally, I can overlook a lot of this, but since I'm reviewing it, I feel like it's unfair to avoid the flaws of this game. Well, the ones I notice at least. Bada boop! Realest rating in the room. 3 out of 5. Let me start you out by relaying the theme of Prey. You wake up in an apartment, drink some wine, mess up a bathroom, then head out to the balcony. Oh, you were never in your apartment. You were in a simulation. Your mind is shattered. You don't know what's real. Freeze. Soak in this feeling. Welcome to the story of Prey. Morgan is outside of the simulation and there's aliens all over the place. That's about the story, right? Wrong. What's real? What isn't real? What happened? Who are these people who know you? Who's telling the truth? Do you trust this robot you made after you lost your memory? Do you trust this other robot you made after you lost your memory a different time? Do you trust your brother? Can you even trust yourself? Who is Morgan? What is Morgan to you? Prey has a massive theme clobbering you in the back of the head, and it's all about the mind. What neuromods in this world can do for you, the danger of using neuromods, people who can't use neuromods, aliens who seem to communicate to each other through a neural framework. This entire game is a brain. Transcribed logs can help you piece together bits and pieces of what happened in the station and the lives of the people that live there, from serious experiments to cute stuff like Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, Elias has...
Stab fellow has vanished into the darkness beyond the tower door.
Try to figure out pieces of who you were, who you are, and who you want to be, as you begin to learn more from conflicting reports on your personality from other employees on the station. Learn what the Typhons are, what they have to do with this incident, be immersed in this incredible world, and prepare to be as confused as Morgan is. And don't get me started on that ending. Prey left me thinking my whole life was a lie and that I'm probably some sort of rat that lives in a cage eating pepperoni leftovers, sleeping away and dreaming the life that I think I'm living. 5 out of 5. My brain is in pain now. I went into Prey expecting to gather footage for a quick video. Last second before I started recording footage, I also decided that I should try streaming it at the same time. Thank goodness I did, because this game is an experience I never want to forget. It's been a long time since I've been sucked into a game like this. With full honesty, I can say that I was floored by what a great time I had playing Prey. If you care about yourself even a little, do yourself a favor and pick up Prey wherever you can, and have a great time playing this wonderful game. Prey has rightfully earned a 4.5 out of 5. Play this game or I'll slurp out your bones.